What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Crawford Beats, Easy Roof Spence, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into the video. Gervonta Tank Davis did an interview where he says he could stop Terence Crawford in 6 rounds. Which is unfreaking believable, guys. In 6 rounds, he can stop Terence Crawford. But he went... I just want to sit down and talk boxing with boxing fans for a second. There are some boxers that are delusional. I think I'm going to make a list of boxers that are delusional when it comes to the sport of boxing. We know Teofimo Lopez is one of them. We know Gervonta Davis is one of them. We know Earl Spence is one of them. Anthony Joshua is one of them. I mean, the list is long. I might just do a list of delusional boxers that think they know boxing but are unlearned to the sport of boxing. There's a few of them. And we can do the list if you guys want me to do it. I might just do that because there's a lot of guys in the sport of boxing that are actually boxers, but they're actually casuals. And Gervonta Davis is a perfect example of a casual when it comes to the sport of boxing. He's a casual. I feel like he just says stuff for shock value. Or it's like what I just said, delusional. Either delusional, casual, shock value, whatever you guys want to call it, that's Gervonta Davis. And that's the reason why I'm not a big Gervonta Davis fan. Not because he said this about Terence Crawford, but he has said a lot of other wild shit. Like, for example, he said Devin Haney was going to lose to George Kambosos. How? How did you ever see Devin Haney losing to a guy like George Kambosos? Stylistically, when you look at the two-style matchup, and you look at George Kambosos' previous fight, even though he beat Teofimo Lopez, I take nothing away from him. But before the Teofimo Lopez fight, would you have picked George Kambosos to beat Devin Haney before the George Kambosos fight? Absolutely not. So after one fight now, you're picking him to win because he got an upset? It just doesn't make any sense. One fight does not change how the fighter fights. I don't understand these boxers that been boxing their whole life and they're just very ignorant to the sport of boxing, like a Gervonta Davis. The guy is very ignorant to the sport of boxing, bro. It's unbelievable. Very unbelievable. Anyway, let me get into it, man. So, Gervonta on a podcast says he believes he can knock out Bud Crawford in 6 rounds. Now, why would he believe that? This is taking delusion to the next level, to the highest level. This is high-level trolling. Do you understand what I'm saying? And some people, like there's some fans, some casual fans can actually sit there and believe it. Like, for example, her Earl Sexual that be on my channel, Kareem Boxing. I'm going to mention you, Kareem. Kareem actually thought Gervonta can knock out Crawford. Kareem Boxing said he believed Gervonta can knock out Crawford. And this is a guy who just started taking the sport of boxing serious in 1 year. It goes to show you majority of these people that said stuff like this are casual fanboys. You know, now he's a believer in Terence Crawford after the Earl Spence Jr. fight. Now, I'm not going to say he switched sides, but he's a believer. You know, and I guess Bud got to keep making these dudes become believers. Now, like I said, Gervonta Davis is a casual when it comes to the sport of boxing. I want you guys to listen to his predictions. Every time they ask Gervonta about predicting a fight or giving his opinion on a fight, it don't sound like the guy knows anything about boxing, guys. And the crazy thing is, he's an elite level boxer. But when he talks about boxing and he tries to break it down, or sometimes when he gives his opinion, it's the farthest thing from the truth than you'll ever hear. And he probably actually believes some of the shit he says. And it's crazy. You know, I just be right there. When I listen to Gervonta Davis sometimes talk, I just be scratching my head like, bro, did Gervonta really just say that, bro? This is unbelievable. And this is supposed to be an elite level boxer at the highest level. There's just a lot of boxers like that. For example, Teofimo Lopez, he's like that. He says some out-of-pocket stuff, bro. That's what I'm saying. I like these guys inside of the ring, but outside of the ring, they're not realistic. They're top-level trolls. That's what they are. They say out-of-pocket stuff that just doesn't make sense. And you being a hardcore boxing fans, you listen to these guys, you like, man, this don't sound like a elite level boxer. It sounds like a casual fanboy that just started watching boxing this year. But anyway, Gervonta Davis said he could knock out Terence Bud Crawford in 6 rounds. Now let's look at the facts. Over here at Bud Crawford Beats Easy Spence, we look at the facts. What has Gervonta Davis done in his career that make us believe he can knock out the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world in 6 rounds? Let's look at his last fights. And who has he even fought for us to even believe that? I mean, we got to stick with the facts here, okay? He's never fought Crawford's little brother in Shakur Stevenson. He's never fought Devin Haney. He never fought Teofimo Lopez. He fought a guy in Ryan Garcia. Majority of the public should have knew he was going to knock out. The guy sticks his chin in the air every time he throws a punch. If Gervonta didn't knock him out, then I don't know. Like, he was tailor-made for Gervonta to knock his ass out. I mean, it is what it is. So, when we look at Gervonta Davis, we're not going to count the Instagrammer, the TikTok star, Ryan Garcia. That's not somebody to say, oh, Gervonta knocked out Ryan, so he's going to knock out Bud. It doesn't make sense. Who's next? We're not worrying about the Instagram star. TikTok star. Garcia, the other Garcia he fought, nah, not on the level of a Bud Crawford. Mario Barrios, did he knock him out in 6 rounds? Absolutely not. Who else? Who did Gervonta, a good fighter that we all know, knock out in 6 rounds? Absolutely nobody. This is what I say when I talk about boxing. Let's stick to the facts. The facts will always lead you to the truth. You have to study the sport of boxing. You have to look at their previous opponents. You have to look at the facts. You understand what I'm saying? He has never destroyed any elite level fighter in 6 rounds other than Ryan Garcia, who leaves his chin in the air, that we believe he was going to stop. Was it even 6 rounds? It might have been 7. But anyway, when we look at his resume, when we look at his pedigree, he hasn't done that. And when we look at Esau Cruz, the last guy to go the distance with Gervonta Davis, a lot of people are going to say he broke his hand. Esau Cruz is not on the level of a Bud Crawford. So if he's going 12 rounds with Esau Cruz, how then can we believe he's going to knock out Bud Crawford? It makes no sense. Bud Crawford will systematically break down Gervonta Tank Davis, take away his power, his best attributes, his speed, beat him with timing. He's a better all-around fighter than Gervonta Davis. The only thing I can say Gervonta has on Bud Crawford is the explosiveness. Crawford has power. Crawford has everything. He's the better boxer, higher IQ. Gervonta just has very, very good explosiveness. So a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and Terence Crawford will end in a knockout. Gervonta Tank Davis will get knocked out if he ever stepped foot in the ring with Terence Bud Crawford. I would love to see that fight, guys. I'm an advocate for that fight because casual fangirls are going to pick Gervonta to win the fight. They think Gervonta, they're just as delusional as Gervonta. I told you guys I'm going to make a list of delusional boxers in the sport of boxing. And like I said, this is no shade to Gervonta. Skill set in the ring. I like watching the guy fight. But reality has to set in, guys. Don't come to my channel and say you're hating. No, I'm giving you the facts, bro. I'm a boxing fan, a hardcore boxing fan. I do my homework. Stop coming to my channel and telling me something that you don't do. You don't do your homework. You're going off of your emotions. I do my homework, do my due diligence, give you new information you're not accustomed to, and you come to my channel and you get mad at me for giving you the facts. Why? You should be happy. You should come to my channel whenever you want to make money and ask me, Ixiru, who do you think is going to win this fight? And I'll do the breakdown for you and tell you why. Look at previous opponents. Look at the weigh-ins. Look at how they look. Look at their camps. Because all of that plays a factor. You guys need to understand that when it comes to the sport of boxing. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification icon for more videos like this. If Gervonta Davis wants to get knocked out, he needs to take that Terence Crawford fight. You know, if I was Terence Crawford, I wouldn't shy away from a fight like that. I will welcome that fight immediately. But I know Terence Crawford believes nobody's going to give him credit, but he's not looking at the bigger picture. I wish Terence Crawford had my mindset where I look at the bigger picture. If a fight like Gervonta Davis was offered to me or talked about, I would never say, especially if I know I'm the better boxer, I'm the bigger puncher, I'm the bigger man, I'm better at everything than Gervonta except for the explosiveness, I will literally welcome that fight. Terence Crawford is just a nice guy, and it's like, Gervonta, that fight would never happen. Like, put me in that position. Ixiru, would you fight Gervonta? I'm the bigger man. I'm the better fighter, pound for pound, #1 fighter in the world. They're going to ask me if I'm going to fight Gervonta, a guy who has all the clout in the world. Hell yeah, and I know I can make so much money. These guys, him and Ryan Garcia just made 30 to 40 million. I don't think Bud is seeing like the bigger picture here. Sport of boxing, I understand Bud wants the legacy fights, but you got to look at Gervonta Davis as money, bro. That's how you got to look at these fights, especially he's at the end of his career. Somebody asks you about Gervonta Davis. If Gervonta really wants to fight, okay, I'll meet him at a little catch weight. I won't let him come all the way to 147. I'll meet him at a catch weight, maybe like I'll meet him at 140. He's been to 140 before. But Terence Crawford ain't been to 140 in a minute. I don't know. Maybe 145. I don't know. Maybe a couple pounds. 145. I think Bud can make 145. He made 146. He could do something to make that Gervonta Tank Davis fight. I think Bud needs to pay attention, man. There's money being thrown at him, and he's not trying to catch that. Or maybe he just feels like all money ain't good money. But, man, if I was in a situation like Bud and the ball was in my court, I'm taking that Gervonta Davis fight in a heartbeat, and I'm knocking his ass out. Even though I may not get credit for it, shit, some people are giving Earl Spence credit for Mikey Garcia, and he went 12 rounds with Mikey. Like, come on, bro. Take that Gervonta Davis fight, knock his ass out, be the face of boxing for sure. Or even a Canelo Alvarez fight. Take that Canelo Alvarez fight, outbox him, beat Canelo, make all the money in the world. Face of boxing. He can either fight Gervonta, he can fight Canelo. The ball is in Terence Crawford's court. But Gervonta, if he really wants to get knocked out, keep mentioning Bud. Get the man excited, and let's make the fight happen.